Hi, it's Dan from Mason Productions. In this podcast, me and my friends will talk about business, relationships, and mostly rubbish. I would love for you to join me on this journey every Monday at 7 a.m, but only tell people that are down for the journey, no matter what happens.
Sorry.
Oh my god. Hi guys, it's Dan from Mason Productions.
And Tyler from Mason Productions.
And we are back, baby, for another video. I need to stop the back, baby.
That is your phrase. That's the
I don't know why.
You start every podcast the same way.
But we're back.
We're back.
Thank you for tuning in for last week's episode, the creative and inspirations one.
I hope you guys found that motivating, but also
Interesting.
relatable as well.
Yeah.
Those of you
Tyler.
out there.
Tyler.
Yeah?
You're leading this week's podcast.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I'm Mr. Whiteboard Man.
He's the whiteboard man
got,
today.
I've got all the things down, and this is a podcast I've been anticipating. There's a couple on the list that I've been really looking forward to, and this is one of them. We're going to be talking about alternate realities.
Dun dun dun.
Thanks for the sound effects, Dan. Alternate realities, for those of you who don't know or live under a rock, is
That was slightly
no,
harsh.
because it is something
Slightly harsh.
it's something that everybody knows or has some form of knowledge, even like kids know about it. But
Right.
sorry,
Right,
sorry.
Mr. Big Bollocks over there.
That wasn't my intention.
Yeah, fucking if you live under a rock, go fuck yourself.
You done?
Sorry, I apologise. Reining myself back in.
So it's basically just we're going to be discussing like different types of realities that are out there, what we think about it, that kind of thing. So we'll move swiftly on to so Dan, your views on alternate reality, like, do you think it's possible, or what's your opinion on the whole thing?
I think it would be very ignorant.
Yes, that's the right word.
Is that the right word?
Yep.
Of me to be like, no, we're the only universe. There's nothing else. I think that would be very close-minded of me. I
Mhm.
think it would be open to say that in theory, there is a millions of me. All, I think you said it earlier. I'm going to riff off of this. Is that at each decision that I make, even if it's simple, a bit like the butterfly effect, it all has an effect of
Yeah.
some sort. So, I think that there is a me that has made it as a football player. There is a me that's a plumber. There's me that's an electrician. There's me that's or there's a me right now sat with somebody that's not you.
Yeah.
Because of something that happened when we was super young.
Yeah. No, it ties it ties into a lot of things, and one of the things it ties into is the multidimensional theory, where every action or choice that you make can create a new reality. So there's millions and millions of realities out there. For example, like Dan said, there's probably a universe in there where we fucking hate each other. We're not even close.
Or we don't even know each other exists.
Or we don't even know each other exists. We never met. There could be a reality where, for example,
I'm a dictator.
well, I wasn't going to go anywhere in that direction, but yeah, that's also true. There's probably a reality there where I'm a famous actor. There's
Porn star.
sure, why not? Porn star, let's go.
Every man wanted to be a porn star at least once in their life.
Yeah, I suppose so. And then until they realised the reality of things.
8 hours.
Okay, now we're going. The whole topic is just changing to a different direction. But yeah, like I always found things like that fascinating. I mean, I loved space. I loved learning
Space
about
really
it.
fascinates me.
Like, I remember in school studying about how a star is formed, and I was absolutely fascinated with it. And when I was doing my BTEC studies, I had to
Oh
do.
shit! Yeah, you did science, didn't you?
Oh, you only just realised
It's
that?
just like in my head it clicked. I was like, oh shit! Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
science.
I had to do a whole case study
'Cause
on
he
on
was a nerdy shit.
I wasn't really nerdy that much.
Anybody that does science is
science is
in air quotations a nerd,
it's
along with IT. So I hold my hands up with you, brother.
we're going strong. No, I remember doing a case study on like how a star is formed and like the compression, the different reactions, blah blah blah. I won't get into all too in depth of it, but I just found it so interesting out of all those science topics.
Yes.
And then like when you look at things like alternate realities, and it's just fascinating, and you get into all these theories, and we'll touch on it. But yeah, my views on it I find it a really fascinating topic, as well as just anything in relation to space and things like that. So one question I have, all right,
Mhm.
there's alternate realities. There's a whole there's a whole. It's basically you can be as creative as you want, because anything could be existing depending on what happens and blah 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 blah. So, in some, what would be some of your top realities, or like things that you'd
For
find
me
most
personally?
interesting? Yeah, to see. So like things you'd find really interesting if that was how the world is today.
Martin Luther King never dying? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. That is what I mean. Yeah,
Martin Luther King never dying.
that is interesting actually. Yeah,
If 9/11 never happened,
interesting. Okay, gone very political or like worldly based type thing. I like it.
if Pop Smoke never died, he's a music artist that I quite like. He
Okay.
died when he was like 21. He got killed. He got killed in his house,
Oh right.
like
okay.
home invasion. But
Okay,
yeah, like
yeah,
I
yeah.
really liked his music. He was on the come up. Like he was just about to hit superstardom. Like that's how bit close he was.
It's a bit convenient how he just.
And
suddenly
then home invasion died. His fame, yeah.
died. Interesting.
Sorry. So yeah. A world where Steven Gerrard didn't slip and we won the Premier League many years ago.
So you're going so specific to little things like there's me sitting there thinking, what if dinosaurs never die? And Dan's just picking one little thing. Okay. So those are alternate realities in which they benefit you. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Well, I don't know. Martin Luther King never dying, we may be still slaves. Or racially discriminated against. Him dying was a
Well,
bit of
yeah.
a turning point.
Well, no, that
Per
you
se.
could. That is a fair
Don't
point
know.
to make.
We don't know what the outcome would be.
Yeah.
Because in theory, if dinosaurs never died, we wouldn't be top of the food chain. Because they are fucking huge. So the likelihood of us getting killed by dinosaurs would be quite high.
I think
What happens if they were the species that were...
apex
Yep.
apex predators. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting.
No. But I mean, like, they just killed us out and they became what we are today. Like, they made themselves houses and shit. Little dinosaur.
So now,
He's a bricky with little arms.
I don't think it'd be quite that. I don't.
Little dinosaur trying to be a bricklayer. He's
Well,
got
it's
his-
for starters, no, because they will. I don't think they'd develop in that type of way.
Do you know that?
I don't know that. But that's
so
my
don't
opinion.
you
I also
give
think.
me that shit.
I also think if they killed us off, the Earth would be a much better place.
Oh, yeah, we're
Like
horrible.
nature,
We're
like
horrible.
species would be there because everything will flow in its natural fucking like harmony of food chain and whatnot. No one will be greedy. There won't be fucking greedy dinosaurs. You know, everyone would just fit
that-
into its natural place.
However, when I don't know
so to
why.
speak.
I don't know if this is because I've got undiagnosed ADHD. You mentioned animals living in harmony, and my mind went to Animal Farm. Is that by George Orwell?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So where the
Animal Farm.
pigs became the humans.
Yeah.
Almost. I don't know why. I don't know why.
It's interesting how your brain jumped to that. Okay, fair enough. Okay, here's one that everyone always talks about. What if let's say COVID had a side effect where it destroyed the brain and turned you into a zombie, and a zombie apocalypse started.
Zombie apocalypse happened.
Yep. Overview. What would you feel about that? How would you act? What would you do?
Wouldn't be happy.
I feel like there's some people that would.
Oh,
Some depressed people that want.
I
That
would
want
not-
anticipating it.
It depends on who it killed. Because if it meant that the world's population was halved, very much Thanos-like,
Mm-hmm.
not a bad thing for the world.
In terms, not in terms of overview of the population. What would be your game plan if you suddenly looked at the news?
Well, I've
and
got a
found
gun.
that shoots 2 rounds, and you can't reload very fast.
Yeah, but I live in a very rural area. There wouldn't be loads of zombies.
You don't know. They travel.
Yeah, they do,
Okay,
but I
let's-
also have an RAF base, like, literally 2
let-
seconds from
let-
me.
Let's look at it this way, right?
I'm seeing any zombies that are coming. Sorry. Any zombies that are coming, I'm seeing them for miles.
That
I've
is
got a
true.
drone,
That is true. That is true.
put it up in the sky.
You have the resources to reinforce your place, which is
And
good.
we could, in theory, create a village down here.
Mm-hmm.
We live on a farm. We've got roughly about I'm not going to tell you the exact because I don't want to come across like I'm being cocky. We've got a fair few fields that we'd be able to grow a variety of crops on to survive on. We could make bread from our wheat.
In terms
We could do potatoes.
in terms of your short-term game plan, if you looked at the news and when this is happening, blah blah blah, what would be your reaction? What would you
Go
try
get my
and do?
family
So you
and people that I care about.
So your first reaction would be to get in your car with Sarah and go
With my
and-
shotgun.
and
Maybe not with Sarah.
okay, you want to protect her, so you
I want to
leave
keep
here.
her here.
So you go. So you
Go
try and leave
make
without Buster
sure-
and Sarah.
Buster would stay here because he, I think, would protect Sarah.
Yeah, I think you would too.
Ring Sarah's mum and dad. They don't live that far away.
No, yeah.
Get your gun.
His father-in-law has as well,
Yeah.
so he'll be there. To help.
Come. Let's protect the farm and let's try. I'd get like my brother-in-law. He's got a license and stuff like that. So like, there's a few people that I know that have got guns that would then be able to help. You know, people that I used to work with. They've got guns and they've got young families. So I'd want to help them and provide them somewhere that's safe.
Mm-hmm.
And like that, with enough people that have got ammunition and a weapon to look after the people, we could then start protecting, getting the land, farming it, bartering with people, and almost becoming like a bit of a safe haven.
Okay. So you'd gather Sarah's side. Would you take them with you to go find your family in Holbeach?
My mum and dad don't live that far, so I'm hoping that it would just be a phone call and them get in the car.
Well, that's very optimistic. Given if
Same-
everything went to shit really quickly, that might not be as easy as it sounds.
No, if mum and dad were like, oh, we're stuck in the house, blah, blah, blah. But for example, worst case scenario, if phones don't work, then yes, I'm going to every single one of my family's house.
Yeah.
It sounds weird. It depends on how fucked the situation would be. Because if
Yeah.
I'm putting my... Sounds really selfish. If I'm going to die in the process, then there's no point.
No, that,
So
that
the-
makes sense.
So I need a return on the investment.
Oh my god, now he's gone business minded again.
I need a return on the investment. So like where my mum and dad live is down a little cul-de-sac. There's not that many people that are all old anyway. So if
Mhm.
they're zombies or whatever you want to call them move in the same way that they are as alive, I've got a good chance of getting in and out without anything going wrong.
Yeah.
Depends on how busy the roads are. Depends if the zombies are all over the fucking roads.
Yeah.
But in my head, it's the start of the outbreak. It's in a, it's spreading, but we've got time.
Mm.
That would be my, I'd go to all of my family members' house, try get them here at the farm. There's enough space for everybody to live, and we could build something really cool here, I think.
Interesting. No, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I mean, if it follows most storyline movies, knowing you, like it'll most likely go wrong. Someone will crash into you in chaotic, then you'll get stuck and stranded. And
yeah.
Then it'll be like what's the film called with
You're thinking of Shaun of the Dead.
No, I'm thinking of Will Smith. I Am Legend.
Oh, I Am
It'll
Legend.
turn into I Am Legend. It would just be you. It would just be you and Buster.
Yeah.
Interesting. No, that's interesting. I like it. Is there any alternate realities in your head that you that you'd want to live in? Like,
It sounds silly. I've not really thought about it, so you'd have to give me some examples.
okay, so like one thing I've got down there, a VR world. If a reality where technology is that advanced that you
No.
could step into VR
Nope.
and pretty much be anywhere, do
Nope.
anything, meet. Any reason why?
Wally.
Well, fat people and yeah, fair enough. No, that's fair enough.
I just don't. I think it would. Is it digress when you go backwards?
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
We'd go backwards. People, even though that you even see it in today's world, people who just use their phones and stuff, they can't communicate with people in real life.
No, they can't.
You've
talk,
got like with COVID as well, we've got like a generation of people that don't know how to communicate, express their feelings. So yeah, I don't think a VR world would be very good. I
think it would have benefits for the
Apocalypse.
anxious or introverted people in terms of being
Yeah,
social, but at the end of the day, you're not getting out. You're indoor. There's a lot of
yeah, I don't
negativity.
think there's a. The only reality that I'd like to live in, and this is me being very PC, is a world where we would live in peace and harmony, and everything was just good. There was no poverty. There was no.
Yeah.
Don't get me
Everything-
wrong. I think, and when I mean like all good, I mean like the population's at a healthy amount.
Mm.
There's no war. There's no famine, but the population stays at a reasonable. Do you know what I mean? Because if everything's good, then in theory your population skyrockets. Everybody lives forever. I mean, everything is good. Very much like what Thanos said. Everything is in balance.
Yeah, it's like.
I don't know why I keep on referencing Thanos.
I don't know why.
I don't know. You
seem
I've said that twice.
You seem
now.
to be quite a fan of Thanos. Twice.
I've never
in
watched
one
the movie.
podcast. That's even weirder. What the hell? Okay, so so if everything lived in harmony, you know, there was no war, there was no crime, there was no. But would you think though?
I don't know if it would be boring.
Wouldn't that be kind of counterintuitive? Counterintuitive because things are so peaceful and that it will create more crime because people are like I don't know, like people will get because bored
like
of it.
The reason why a lot of the time there's crime is because of poverty.
Oh no, that is
so if you then take away poverty, the only crime that you've got is sort of, you know, don't get me wrong, like there'd still be speeding and there'd still be accidents. Like people would still accidentally crash into each other and die. Don't get me wrong, people would still fall out. But as a whole, I mean, when I mean like peace, I mean like there's no Ukraine, Russia. There's no America, Afghanistan. There's no world wars. But like, I might still murder you.
Okay, that went 0 to 100. Okay, nice.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I get what you're saying.
Everyone.
It's not like
it's not utopia.
It's not utopia like you like everything is just in perfect balance. No one harms each other. Everyone's in love and peace. Blah 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 blah. But it's in terms of a global aspect. There's no war. There's no big world-changing events that are damaging stuff like. There's no greedy corporations that are.
That's it. That's it.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. One thing I do find interesting as well, in terms of the whole space and things like that, is things like black holes, wormholes. I've always found them so fascinating because scientists have always been confused of what's on the other side of it, the way it interacts with matter in space and things like that, and that's why there's been a lot of theories about wormholes and black holes lead to alternate realities or different types of versions of the universe and things like that, which I've always found
one of them things where we will never know.
No, unless you go into one and somehow come out on the other side.
But we wouldn't survive the pressure. We wouldn't be able to send... Because in my head, I'm like, let's just send something into a black hole. But the pressure and stuff. But they have a theory, don't they?
They do.
That time slows down that much that you're basically becoming particles in front of yourself or something.
Yeah, I mean, there is a...
That's for a black hole. I think I've butchered that.
It didn't have anything to do with black holes or wormholes, but there was an event that happened or something. I heard a story where this guy was flying... He went into a cloud.
Oh, are you going to tell me this is where he went into a cloud and came out and it was like he could see like 1940s planes and stuff?
Yeah, no, it wasn't planes. It was
houses.
No. It was an airship. No, the big airship where they land planes.
Yeah.
They saw one of those and he saw the colours of the jackets and everything.
And it was as in if it was like 1930s. And I have heard that.
And then he went through another cloud and came back. And then years later, that same thing was recreated. And it's like, did he travel through time or? And there's, I mean, again, it's one of those things that you left to question: is he telling the truth? Is he bullshitting? You never really know. Because but I don't know.
It's one of them difficult ones where like you want to believe it for the sake of believing it, but the reality of it being really true.
Yeah.
Because it sounds silly, but like I think they said that could have been down to like oxygen deprivation, because you can start hallucinating or something. Because it wasn't just him. I think it was like him and his crew, and that's why it's more believable. But you can get oxygen deprived.
But on the same token, my preference anyway, as I'm about to sneeze, that's why I keep moving.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm anticipating a sneeze, but it's not coming. Anyway, my views on it, I like to remain open-minded. Like I
agree. I want to be open-minded as well.
I don't like constantly looking for a logical answer, because it just I like that being open to that wonder or that interest, or what if this happened? What if it's possible?
I like being open-minded, but I don't like going down the rabbit hole.
Oh no, yeah, and it's very easy
like,
to do
look, because you know, like it's the same with all of these, like, what do I want to say? It's the same with like, if you take this medicine and you do this and you do this, then you're gonna get these benefits. And don't go down the rabbit hole. I'd like, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
You take Shilajit and ashwagandha, right?
Yeah.
And I really wanted to take them, and then I've just sort. And this is my put. I just want to be. I don't want to take anything, whether it's natural or not.
Right.
Just want to be able to perform at maximum capacity
No.
by myself.
I know what you're saying, and I very much agree with that and want the same. The only difference is I'm going on more of a basis if I want to.
I'm not that spiritual as a person either. I don't think
You're.
I'm
more so than you
quite
are.
spiritual.
I'm not. I'm not as much as like. I'm open.
You
to
went
stuff.
through a phase where you was really spiritual, and I was tempted to drown you in a bath.
No, that was only because I discussed one spiritual thing and then we had a disagreement. I didn't. I wasn't. I've not gone. But I've just basically kept my mind open to stuff.
No. And
I don't want to go fully into everything I hear. It's more.
I'm
just
open-minded, but I also I am logical, and I like to find logical things behind it. So when somebody's like, and when you do this, for people that are anxious, and it's like, no, like also how much of it is a placebo effect, because you're being told that you're expecting to get these results.
No, that is true.
Don't get me wrong. I think that there is testosterone. I think men should always want to have more, because men nowadays, if you was to take it from the 1950s, we'd be classed as infertile.
Yeah.
That is right, isn't it? Or something around that.
There's a statistic that we have like a stupid amount of testosterone compared to men years ago. Like they had.
We've got less. We've got less.
No. Okay. I worded that wrong. No, we have like a third or like such a fraction of
what we used to have.
Yeah, that is true.
Anyway, that was sorry there. That was something I was trying to relate something to.
No,
but
I see where
slightly.
I see where you were going. No, it did go slightly off touch there. But in general, I think alternate realities would be it's a really
I
just think the concept.
Topic.
I just think the concept is just it's just interesting to talk about when you're saying things like.
Is it weird that like you could also use it for a bit of motivation?
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Like, there's a reality somewhere where you're successful.
Yeah.
So why not make the one that you're living in the one where you're successful?
I was very much thinking the exact same thing.
I don't know, like, that was good. The fact that we was both on that vibe there.
I was on that same vibe. I was literally thinking, like...
You could use it as, like, why not let's make this reality the best one?
What if there's probably a reality where I started doing art earlier, and I'm now, like, a top influencer, or I've got, like, to this stage of notoriety where I'm pretty much selling out all the artwork I'm making, blah, blah, blah.
That's what I mean. But
you can use it.
It's really interesting. I think it's something that we'll probably touch on again. The
Absolutely.
Realities, and it's been really nice. So also you leading it and me just sort of sitting back and
it's nice
and talking.
It's nice to change up the roles a little bit. I mean, we both got our own little quirks. Yeah, absolutely. Let's call it that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I think we're going to about wrap this one up. It's just about around the nice
wrap
time.
it up.
Yeah, we'll probably touch on alternate realities again in the future, or if you guys have got any questions as usual.
Or any ideas that you want us to cover.
Any ideas you want us to cover, either related to alternate realities or completely different, that's something you might want to sit and listen to. We're always open to ideas. As usual, our DMs are always open. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and any other platform you watch our podcasts on and content.
There will be shorts, YouTube shorts for the podcast and TikTok snippets as well, along with YouTube. If you're listening to us on Spotify, you can get the video version on YouTube. If you guys are watching us on YouTube but only want to listen to the audio on the way to work, go follow us on Spotify. The links are down below.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Have you got any pointers to finish off on?
Thank you. I think that was a really interesting topic, and thank you for bringing up some interesting points. And I think that we might actually do a zombie apocalypse special in the near future.
It's always nice. I mean, everyone finds that interesting. I find it interesting. The zombies are a big.
They're a big thing.
I've watched like so many fucking bloody zombie films from real.
But thank you yet again, guys, for tuning in to the Mason Production Podcast. It has been really nice sitting down, discussing something different. It's been Dan from Mason Productions.
And Tyler from Mason Productions.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.